Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the King and welcome back to the channel. Happy 2020 everyone. Today we are talking about something that's absolutely insane, and that is a Resident Evil chapter potentially coming on out into Dead by Daylight. I can't even wrap my head around that, but we're going to talk about that theory along with a lot of other information and news that we received that I didn't cover yet. So with that being said, everybody, we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. So this theory is actually by Leaks by Daylight, and in this they're basically saying that Dead by Daylight's trying to hint that we're going to be getting Resident Evil as a chapter on the 5th year anniversary. Obviously, last year we received something huge from Konami, which was the Silent Hill chapter. We got Cheryl Mason, Pyramid Head. It's crazy to think that that was almost a year ago. So in June, hopefully we'll see some information on this, or maybe it'll just be something completely different. But let's go ahead and read their theory and see what they're talking about. The first part of this basically talks about the leaked currencies that we're going to be mentioning later on in this video. But they said that the game director of Dead by Daylight greeting everyone in 2020 and wishing everyone a happy new year used the term impressive stars in reference to what will happen on the 5th year anniversary of the game. They then went ahead and talked about the significance of stars to the Resident Evil saga, saying that the term stars refers to the Special Tactics and Rescue Service stars that was an elite special force division in the jurisdiction of the Raccoon Police Department. Now, if you guys played Resident Evil, you would obviously know about stars. So this is pretty significant. Now, take this with a grain of salt, because sometimes we tend to take things and connect the dots a lot, and we just overlook and overthink too much of the simple things. But then on the flip side, we have the big 4 from last year where it literally showed us Pyramid Head and we didn't even look into it because we thought it was too obvious. So you can't blame us for making these theories and thinking about this. You look at it both ways. But again, take this with a grain of salt, because this is extremely far-fetched. So it definitely could happen. It definitely could happen, but I don't want to be that guy. But I see a lot of leeway in saying that this most likely won't happen. There is potential, there is a chance that this could happen, but the reason why I don't think it's going to happen is because Resident Evil already have their own game that deals with an asymmetrical type of genre. And a lot of you guys may know about this, some of you guys may not. It didn't really do as well as they expected. It didn't really hit that mark on what Dead by Daylight standard is for asymmetrical horror games, and for that reason, a lot of people don't really play it. You know, there were people here and there that played it, but the game just kind of faded away, and that was that. For that reason alone, I don't think RE is just going to throw their entire series away and be like, all right, we're done with this. Let's just go work with Dead by Daylight now. Or, you know, it definitely could happen. We know that Dead by Daylight have worked very closely with Netflix in the past. In fact, we have Stranger Things DLC, we have the characters in the game, we have so much cosmetics. Matthew Cote even said himself when I interviewed him that Netflix had a lot of leeway and they were very nice people to work with, and they're always opening the door to more opportunities and things like that. So again, not too crazy to think that, hey, if they're working with Netflix and Netflix already has a TV series based on Resident Evil, they could get their hands on some licensing rights to bring Resident Evil on into Dead by Daylight. Obviously, everybody would have their own share of licensing rights, hence why we've seen like one version of Quentin or one version of Freddy. There's a lot of different owners for a lot of different things. So it's not too far-fetched that they went to Netflix, or Netflix came to them and they're like, hey, Resident Evil would be a perfect fit for Dead by Daylight. Let's make it happen in 2021 and top what we had last year of Konami bringing Silent Hill. Now that one I'll leave for you guys to debate. If Resident Evil would be bigger than Silent Hill, what is the bigger horror collab? But it definitely is a cool concept to think about, and it's very intriguing to think that something like this could be coming on into Dead by Daylight. For ages I've been seeing people saying Nemesis should be in Dead by Daylight. We've seen fan-made music, we've seen fan-made chapters, we've seen so many different things, and the community really wants this, and maybe it can happen. I'm not saying that there's a 100% chance that it won't. I just think it's a little bit unlikely since they have their own game. But hey, anything could happen. Maybe it does, and then you can play this clip with some meme music in the background and we'll have a good laugh about it. But that's what we're going to have to wait. What do you guys think about it, though? Let me know in the comments below if this is a chapter that you would like to see, if this is something that you want to come on into Dead by Daylight, or if this idea is ludicrous and too far-fetched. And this is Editing King here. I just wanted to point out one more thing that I forgot to mention in this video. Pay attention to the small details is what I've learned, because when we had dinner with Matthew Cote all the way back in February, when they were talking and in the works of what's going to be coming out for the 4th year at the time, we got a hint from him that just flew right by our radars. Polly and I were both there, and that clue that he gave us was, I gave you a hint for the next chapter, but I have to stay silent. Obviously, leading up to Silent Hill coming out in the game. So these small things that they do tease here and there do add up, and they do have significance. So it definitely does have a possibility that something like this does have significance. Now, I promised we were going to talk about the different currencies that were leaked. Obviously, not too long ago, we made a video talking about leaked currencies that were coming on into the game, and we never really seen anything about them. It's still pretty early. We never really got an update from that. Those leaked currencies are obviously obsidian bones and stone keys. It's now rumored and believed that these items are going to be in Dead by Daylight Mobile and not Core, but again, we're just speculating here. We don't really know. And now we have another currency leak, which is called Draw Ticket. Now, it's speculated by DBD Leaks that this is going to be something that's going to be on mobile and not 100% on PC or console. But again, as I said, we don't fully know or understand what's going to happen with this. The first two I kind of rationalized, and I made sense of it, thinking that it could be a crafting mode, and that's how we're going to be using those currencies. But for draw tickets, I just can't put my finger on it. We know that there's tickets in Dead by Daylight Mobile that you can use, and you're allowed to play other characters, so maybe this is a version where Core can adapt to it and rehash the idea, because if you don't remember, not too long ago we had shards. These shards are pretty simple. You got these shards or fragments, whatever they were called, splinters. They were called splinters, and you were able to use them and play a character that you didn't have depending on what offering you had. Now, this may be a better way of them implying this and encouraging people to play these DLCs that they don't have, and maybe encouraging them to buy it, so it definitely could be something that comes on into the game. Or maybe this is something just for mobile and we're looking a little bit too much into it. Again, we're gonna have to wait and see. But we're most likely probably going to learn quickly what these things are in the mid-chapter patch that's going to be coming up around January, midway January, when we're going to be getting the clown rework and other things like that. So maybe we'll finally learn what those obsidian bone stone keys and draw tickets are. Or maybe it's just a troll and devs are putting us there for the data miners to have a go at it. But hey, good things to talk about regardless. Now, there is one more thing that I do want to talk about in this video, and that is Tome 6 or Rift 6. There was a lot of things that were leaked that basically showed us everything that we're going to be getting. Again, shout out to DBD Leaks for this. Pretty much everything in here was what's going to be coming on into the Tome and the Rift. Now, again, this isn't 100% confirmed. Take it with a grain of salt, subject to change. This is just leaked information, but I'm going to show everything on screen. I'm not going to go over everything because there's so much. Everything here pretty much shows what we're going to be getting. For Tier 1, we're going to be getting a Yui torso, we're going to get a nurse body, we're going to get a charm. This is on the premium track. They're still working on things, that's why a lot of things are missing here. And I'm going to fast forward to the Tier 70, where we're going to be getting a Yui head. So it looks like Yui on the free track is going to be getting some of the cooler cosmetics. You know, Tier 70 is normally the best of the best, so Yui is going to be getting some cool stuff. Interesting to see as well, we're going to be getting some things for Claudette. Claudette obviously was featured in the previous tomes, and it's interesting that they're bringing her back again. Maybe they have some more information about her, maybe some more lore that's connected with her that we'll have to figure out. We'll have to wait and see. And of course, we have some favorites for Dwight, Meg, Felix. Everybody's going to be getting a good share of cosmetics. You guys can take a look at the list yourself and make what you will of it. There's just too much for me to cover in this video, so you guys are more than welcome to pause the video and take a look at it. But interesting stuff, to say the least. But ladies and gentlemen, that pretty much is going to wrap it up for this video. What do you guys think about all of this? It's a lot of information to soak in on the first day of 2021. We have the draw tickets, we have the Resident Evil potential, we have all these Rift things. Let me know what you think about it all down below. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe for some more Dead by Daylight content, join the Discord. We're bringing back fan-made chapters and going to be doing a lot more community-based events, so I'm looking forward to meeting and having a lot of fun with you guys. Follow us on Twitch as well to keep up to date with the lives, and as always, I'm the King. I tip my crown to you guys, and we'll see you in the fall.